In this video, the focus will be to work multiple type 3 compounds going from name to formula. As a reminder, prefixes indicate the number of atoms shown by the subscripts in the chemical formula. So I have this chemical name, carbon tetrachloride, and I need to find its chemical formula. The first step is to identify the elements and write the chemical symbols. I see carbon, so I'm going to write a C. And I see the word chloride, and the word chloride comes from the element chlorine, so I'm going to write Cl. Next, we need to write the correct subscript for each element by identifying the prefix word. I do not see no prefix word for carbon, so I'm going to leave carbon alone. I see the prefix tetra here for chloride. And remember that the number 4 is represented by the prefix tetra. So I'm going to write my 4 here. And the last step is to write the chemical formula by combining the symbols and subscripts. So this is going to be the chemical formula. Okay, so I have the chemical name diboron trioxide, and I need to find its chemical formula. Remember that the first step is to identify the elements and write their chemical symbols. I see boron, and I see the word oxide, which comes from the element oxygen. So I'm going to write a B, and I'm going to write an O. The next step is to write the correct subscripts for each element by identifying the prefix word. For boron, I see the prefix di. For oxide, I see the prefix tri. Di, remember, according to our chart, is represented by the number 2, and tri is represented by the number 3. And the last step is to write the chemical formula by combining the symbols and subscripts. So I just put it together. That's going to be my chemical formula. Okay, so now we have this chemical name and we need to find its chemical formula. The first thing, remember, we identified the elements. I have phosphorus, and I have the word chloride, which comes from the element chlorine. So I'm going to write a P. I'm going to write Cl. Now we need to identify the prefixes. There's no prefix here. There's a prefix there. Penta, remember, represents the number 5. And by the way, whenever you look at this, notice that you have 2 nonmetals, phosphorus and chlorine. That's how you know that it's a type 3. And the last step is just to combine everything. So my chemical formula would be that. Okay, let's work this last example. I have selenium hexafluoride. I see the element selenium. I see the word fluoride that comes from the element fluorine. If you're not familiar with selenium, it's a nonmetal, and you're definitely familiar with fluorine. Se, and then I'm going to write an F. I see the prefix hexa, and according to our chart, hexa represents the number 6. I combine everything, and this is going to be my chemical formula.